Hey guys, welcome back to zwormz 16. I am your host Javon, and today we have a brand new benchmark. It's Grand Theft Auto 5 for the PC. To be running this on my Intel Core i7-4790 with the integrated iGPU, the Intel HD 4600, and we're gonna see how GTA 5 plays on this system today. I mean, why not, right? Probably not gonna be the best experience, but hey, I'll get it running. So we're running at 1080p for some reason right out of the gate, and we're going to drop it all the way down to where we decide it's playable, you know, with a nice frame rate, especially when I go into the cities and stuff like that. Obviously I'm running at 1080p on basically the normal preset because that's the lowest you can go naturally for GTA 5. See, everything is off. Now the Intel HD 4600 isn't the worst card out there. As you can see, at 1080p we are managing to get around the 18 FPS on average, and it will stay around here. It barely drops from the 18 FPS. It's quite crazy that the Intel HD 4600 can run something at 1080p like GTA 5. Look at this crap. It's just way too huge to be running like this. It just performs quite well, to be honest with you. Now I am using dual channel memory RAM, DDR3, but it is 8 GB of dual channel memory, which definitely helps. We're going to drive around a little bit and see, but we're not dropping below that 18 FPS. The 18 FPS is keeping, even around the hectic areas with all the cars and stuff, it's still managing to keep around the 18 FPS. That being said, I wouldn't recommend this. I wouldn't recommend this if you have integrated graphics. I mean, sure, maybe, why not, right? Seriously, bro. Wait, he get it now? You want to scuff? You want to? I don't even know how to fight though. I don't know how to. Oh snap! Yeah, you wanted to scuff. You wanted to scuff. So GTA 5 1080p could use some work. But I am using a capture card, so this is how the game naturally runs. So I can do stuff like this and just change the resolution. Let's see how 720p handles it. Huh. 720p. That was holy crap. Whoa. 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 And I was talking about taking off shadows. But look at this crap, just like that, even without having to take off shadows. 720p, we're getting 30 FPS. I'm not sure this will keep up the 30 FPS. I imagine it will dip below, but this is an amazing experience right off the bat. Like, this is awesome. Now, did you expect this coming into this video that we could run GTA 5 on the Intel HD 4600 at 720p at over 30 FPS on average? That's crazy. That's crazy talk, Willis. But it's happening. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, this is the parking lot we just came through with Lamar. Interesting. Now, I can go down to 800 by 600. I will, because the whole point of the video is to show you afterwards what happens when I take off shadows, which at this point looks like it's going to be amazing. I mean, if I take off shadows at 1080p, I might be able to get it to run at 1080p. That'll be interesting to see. 720p definitely runs though without any issue. We're going to go down all the way down. Oh, this is a busier area. We're going to go all the way down to 800 by 600 and see what performance we get from that. Obviously, my CPU ain't going to be touched. The i7-4790 is kind of a beast, even today's standards. It works for me, okay? And now we're going to drop it down one more time. I'm actually really surprised it's doing this. Which kind of restarted my capture card, so that's not the best for me. But wow! So 800 by 600, we are now pulling in over 40 FPS on average with all these cars on the street. That is impressive. It's managing to keep this here naturally. So the Intel HD 4600 obviously is quite powerful, you know, for what it is for back then. To be able to run GTA 5 like this, this is an enjoyable experience. You could lock this game to 30 FPS and this would be incredibly enjoyable. It's going 40 FPS, it doesn't even drop below 30. It's crazy. So it's not even dropping below 40 FPS. And it manages to maintain this. Now, I do notice that the GPU is hitting 90%. The RAM is DDR3 1333 MHz, which may be a cause for why it's not hitting 100% all the time, having to building all these. But it's doing a great job. It's doing the best it can, and the best it can is awesome. Even with all these areas, it still keeps over 30. I feel like here would have dropped under 30 with the 720 at 720p. So, with that said, let's go and disable some shadows and come back at 1080p and see what happens. That's going to be very interesting to see. Okay, so I assumed I would have to do a lot more tweaking for GTA 5, but apparently not, considering it seems the NTSC 4600 can capture the game quite nicely. So we just go into Documents, we're going to simply go into Rockstar Games, GTA 5, and we're going to click on the Settings profile to disable those shadows, edit with Notepad++. We're just going to wait for that to build up real quick. And we're going to look for the value for shadow quality. We're going to see it here at 0. We're going to save that. And then we're just going to put that as read only, so it can't change back. That's basically it. And we're back once again. Now unfortunately it seems GTA, there wasn't much of a bump, but let me just show you quickly that I did disable the shadows real quick. As you can see, shadow quality is undefined now because it is set to 0. There are no more shadows in here. We're running at 1080p still. So we went from 18 FPS at 1080p to going around 22. So we went up about 4 FPS, which is not great because normally with shadows it goes up by a lot. But to be fair, we are at 1080p, which is probably still too resource intensive for the Intel HD 4600. When we get lower down, it'll probably do better. But now, because of the shadows of disabled, we're able to play the game at an average of about 20 FPS instead, which isn't bad. Definitely isn't bad to be able to play this at 20 FPS. This feels a lot smoother as well. Like, if you really wanted to, if you had a low end, you could play this like this. There's nothing wrong with playing this like this. It plays fine. Obviously though, that's not what we came here for. We came here to see what we can get. Can we get 60? I'm curious to know if we can get 60 at the end of all of this. I'm just going to turn back here real quick because this area is not really the best. Okay, slow down, slow down. What's with all the ramps? What's with all the ramps? I was like, there's a car, bro. Roadhog. How rude. Anyway, let's get on to 720p because I expected a bigger bump. We didn't get the biggest bump here. Let's drop this down to 720p and see if maybe that will give us what we need. Now, I do remember around 720p we were managing to get over 30 FPS even then, but here we go. And yeah, that's an improvement. So now with 720p here, we're managing to hit over 40 FPS in game. It was hovering around 30 before at 720p, going up, you know, a little bit. No, this is actually playable because this probably won't drop below 30. So this is a 30 FPS experience. You could really frame cap this to 30 FPS and enjoy the game at 720p now. And you wouldn't even be utilizing your GPU the fullest. That's kind of the whole point, right? To not utilize the GPU to the maximum. You want it so that it'll always stick to that 30 because it won't actually go for the extra frames. So the GPU probably will be at 90% rather than 100% at all times. So just like that, you can run GTA 5 on this system without any issues. 720p, low. Now, I could have done a lot more things. I could have made this crowd look terrible, but if it's running this well already, there's no need to do such a thing to make it look even worse. Like, except for a bump like that, this will stick to over 30 FPS during the entire experience without dropping. Ooh. Obviously the best benchmark, the best test for this is just to drive around. Driving around helps so much. Now, just for the fun of it, I'll show you guys what 800 by 600 looks like. The lowest we were getting was we were getting in our 40s by 800 by 600. Can we get into our 50s now? Damn thing really starts over my capture every single time. Alright, so okay, so there we go. So we are getting over 50 now. We are getting to our 50s now at 800 by 600. Can you imagine getting over 50 FPS in... Wait, you get it now too? You want some too? Dude, we're hitting 60. We're hitting 60 FPS, dude. That is crazy. We're hitting 60 FPS in GTA 5 on integrated graphics. GTA 5 is so damn optimized, it's crazy, man. GTA 5 is running. Hey, I kind of want this car now. Give me that car, dog. Thanks. You were looking at me wrong. You were looking at me wrong. Once again, 30 FPS GTA will run. close. We can get close to 60 now. Like I said, with other tweaks, you probably could get 60 at all times. But GTA 5 runs, the spikes aren't that bad either. Like, we got a spike there, but for the most part, the game plays quite nicely. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and stick around for more epic content. Don't forget to smash that like button, and I hope you guys subscribe for more epic content. Oh, damn. 60 FPS though. I'll see you guys next time.